Hey everybody, I hope you're having a great Friday. So as I learn how to garden up here in the White Mountains, because I'm not used to gardening in high elevation, but as I learn out here, I share with you what works for me and what doesn't work for our garden. So I had a lot of straw, because I change out our goats' beddings once a week. The bed that they sleep in, their shelter, and it has straw in it. And the straw is filled with urine and goat poop. Now, goat manure, you can use it immediately in your garden. Horse manure, cow manure, chicken manure, you need to let decompose for about a year because it's a very hot manure. Unless you want to use it like I do around your garden to heat it, but you never want to put it directly on your plants because it's too hot. You have to let it decompose for a year. But if you go online and you Google about goat manure is amazing for your garden and adds in nitrogen. But while you're Googling, some people will ask about the goat urine because they sleep in a shelter that's filled with straw that they go poopies in and they urine in. And I wasn't sure if the urine was going to be too hot for my garden and burn my delicate greens, because when you Google it online, some people say yes, do it. Some people say, oh, never do it. It's going to burn your plants. So I did a test with this middle one right here. For 2 weeks, I put in straw from the goat's bedding with their manure and their urine, and look at these plants, how they grew. This is one head of romaine lettuce. Humongous. This is broccoli, so it did not burn my delicate greens. In fact, they grew bigger and better. So they didn't burn it. So yes, you can. It worked for me. Straw with goat manure and urine will not burn your plants. Look at the Swiss chard. Look at these leaves. They're humongous. So yeah, you could go ahead and do that. And that's going to fertilize your plants. Remember those little sugar snap peas I showed you last week? On the last week's video that I started? Do you see the size of these now in 1 week? Humongous. All my plants are doing great with the goat's manure and their urine from their straw. Here's some more sugar packed snap peas that I planted last week when I showed you that video. Look at how big they're getting. I'm sorry, I didn't plant last week, but they sprouted last week. But look how big that they're getting. So yeah, go ahead and use the urine that's in your straw. It can go straight to your garden. You want to make sure that you use everything on your homestead. Being self-sufficient, nothing is wasted. And that was my little experiment. It worked great. Hope this was helpful.